What's going on, family? Welcome to the Manny Arango Ministries YouTube channel. Hey, before we get in, I always want to give you leadership content that is going to help take your ministry faster, further, faster. Well, if I was able to accomplish something in 5 years, I believe that if I give you some insight, you'll be able to accomplish the same thing in 2 years or 3 years. That's the secret of learning from leaders. That's the secret of mentorship, is that you'll be able to go further, faster. And so we provide leadership content on this channel every single week. Before we even get in, how about you make sure you are subscribed? You always want to be in the loop when new videos drop. And how about you not just subscribe, how about you share? How about you leave some comments? Be civil, don't be crazy. If you agree, if you disagree, let us know in the comments. All right. Let's get in. I'm going to teach you a leadership principle today that has radically changed how I lead people. It radically changed how I structured our youth ministry. I want to give you 3 M's, okay? I got to start off by saying for every organization, there is something that symbolizes money, okay? Money. And I don't just mean tangible, physical money. I mean a win. There's something that is the goal, an outcome, a desired outcome for the organization that you lead. We're going to call that our money, okay? Sometimes when our money is low, like a lot of people are not coming to church, people are not getting saved, people are not getting baptized, people are not buying your product. It's hard to find good employees, right? When the money is low, sometimes it's tempting to have low morale. But I want to help you today because we're going to reverse the order of that. I want to help you get to money, but we don't get to money, which is the big win, by focusing on money. Actually, there are 2 M's before money that help us get there. And I'm going to give you this leadership nugget. I really believe this can revolutionize how you lead. The first M is morale, which means money is not going to dictate our morale. Morale comes first. As a leader, you are responsible for the morale of your team. You're responsible for your own morale. That means your energy. That means the kind of aura you give off. If you walk into your youth ministry and you're kind of like, oh my God, I can't believe there are only 10 kids here, and your morale is low, guess what? That's going to snowball and everyone else's morale is going to be low. One of the first things you have to teach people when they become leaders is that they take charge of the atmosphere and they take charge of the environment with their morale. Everyone has to have great morale. We're all excited. For what? For no reason. I don't need a reason to be excited, okay? Enthusiasm. I want to teach you this word. Enthusiasm is a Greek word. And if the unbelievers began to classify Christians as those who were enthusiastic. Well, that little word right there in the middle, theos, enthusiastic, theos is right there in the middle. It means God. The people who didn't know God described Christians as people in theos that had God in them. The reason that I am enthusiastic is because God lives on the inside of me. And if God lives in me, then you know what? You're getting a high five today. If God lives in me, then you know what? I'm giving a couple extra hugs today. If God lives in me, I'm excited. I'm going to have a reason to be excited. I'm not excited because there are a lot of kids in the youth group today. I'm not excited because of any outward circumstance. Outward things don't dictate how leaders act. Leaders dictate what is going to be the outward circumstances. So the first thing you got to get down is that you control your morale, which then snowballs to your core team, snowballs to your other leaders, and they have to realize that they control their morale. If you can sustain morale, then guess what? Sustained morale turns into momentum. Oh yeah, I love momentum. Anyone who watches sports has seen momentum, I mean up close and personal, because a team could have a higher score than another team, but guess what? If the losing team has momentum, then the momentum is about to be reflected in what? The money. Because momentum, it's hard to beat a team with momentum. And if you can sustain morale, you create momentum. Momentum is when people are in sync with one another. Momentum is when people are in agreement with one another. Momentum is when a team cannot be stopped. And guess what happens? If you sustain momentum long enough, then you start cashing out on whatever the money is for your organization. Maybe the money for your organization is more teenagers graduating and going to college. Maybe the money for your organization are people going through growth track at your church and finding their purpose. Maybe the money for your organization, maybe you lead a counseling organization and your money is found in people not needing your services anymore because they have found freedom from anxiety or depression. You have to define the win for your organization, but if you sustain morale long enough, you'll get momentum. And if you sustain momentum long enough, you will get money. And if you actually lead a business, a physical business, a brick and mortar store, or a YouTube channel, or whatever your online digital business is, guess what? If you come with morale every day, that will lead to momentum. You may not have money yet, but if you sustain momentum for the long haul, guess what you'll eventually get to? Money. You'll get profitable. You'll get wins. You'll become successful. A lot of times in an organization, it is very, very tempting to allow the money to dictate the momentum and the morale. But great leaders do not allow the money to dictate the momentum or the morale. The morale and the money, the morale and the momentum come from you. That comes from your convictions. It comes from your resolve. It comes from you knowing, I think I heard from God to start this thing, and I'm just going to be faithful with doing it to the best of my ability. I believe this. When you take command over your morale and your momentum, what you're saying is this: I'm going to be faithful, and God is the one who is going to make me fruitful. I can't control whether or not I'm fruitful, but I can control whether or not I'm faithful. And faithful means doing everything with excellence. I'm not just gonna give everything half energy because it's not paying the bills yet, or because it's not rewarding yet. No, you show up with great morale. I love this because Chick-fil-A is an amazing example of this. Chick-fil-A just has great morale. I would just rather sit in a Chick-fil-A than sit in a Bojangles because the employees are pleasant to be around. The atmosphere is clean. Like, I would just rather be around people who have great morale. Let me help you out, especially if you're like a young church planner, maybe you're my age, and you're just putting so much pressure on your team to perform, and you're just a mean person to be around. Guess what? Hey, whip cracking leader, if you're just a mean person to be around, that means the morale on your team is gonna tank. Because the best people to be around are like joy-filled, like just extroverted, gregarious, like life of the party kind of people. Everyone wants to be around an encourager. Everyone wants to be around someone who gives compliments. Everyone wants to be around someone who honors other people. And so instead of just like making your team work, how about you bring them some donuts? Get the morale high. If you can get the morale high, you know what? People want to be around longer. They don't mind working extra hours. If you can get the morale high, you can sustain momentum. And you know what? A team that has a vision, that doesn't mind being around each other, that is having fun doing the work, typically will start making some money. So that's our leadership lesson for today. Today I want you to focus not on money. We will get money, but not by focusing on it. The way we get money is by focusing on what? Our morale and our momentum. And morale and momentum, if they're sustained, will always lead to money. I hope that today's leadership nugget really, really helps you. I hope it helps to shift your paradigm, helps you to take your organization to the next level. I believe that when leaders get better, everyone gets better. And so I'm glad that you chose to watch this video today, how about you hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on any of our content. And if this was helpful to you, share it with someone else. Just go ahead, copy, paste, send it in a text. Let any leader know that this was valuable content and it's worth their time. Hey, I will see you next week. God bless you.